I don't think that you should just bring a lot of random people. I'm very private with them because, I just got to be protective.
And you on marriage boot camp. I'm so excited about this.
Oh my gosh. And trust and believe, this season is going to be something to behold.
I'm sure.
It's unbelievably crazy.
Well, with you involved, I'm sure you're going to bring the goods like you always do. But what made you want to get involved in this?
Well, I'm re-entering the dating world, and I've been in one relationship prior to this with a great guy from Chicago, and that didn't work out. So I just wanted to make sure that I was making the best decisions for me and my sons.
Have the kids met him? What do they think of him?
Now they know Medina, but I have a very, very strict theory on, and it's just some very strict standards about me and my kids.
Okay.
And so they haven't met. They've seen him on FaceTime. They've obviously talked to him, but as far as being in person, no. Because until we set a date for our wedding, I don't think we should, really put them in a position as children to have to be very familiar with him in that way if it's not going to be permanent. And so he and I both thought that was a good decision. He has a daughter, and so we are both very respectful of each other as parents. And so that's what really made me gravitate towards him, because he had no issues with my stance on being in my children's life at a certain point, because I don't think that you should just bring a lot of random people. I'm very private with them because, I just got to be protective.
I mean, you mentioned your, intimacy, and that was kind of an issue that you bring up on the show, and why you guys were not intimate with each other, prior to that. Like, was that really hard for you to open up about? Was that hard for him to kind of admit as well?
Well, I think it was more hard for him to admit, because I think guys, that's like a bragging right,
Sure.
and people nowadays, everything is so overly sexualized. Everything is about, it's a whole twerking culture. And for me, obviously I have 2 kids, so I'm not a virgin by any stretch of it. And I think I have a healthy sexual appetite, but I want to know people on a level more than physically.
Yeah.
And so in my relationship with Tom from Chicago, it was so hot and steamy, so passionate, that the passion became blinding at some points in the relationship. And so I didn't want to make that mistake again. I wanted to make sure that I enjoyed him as a person.
Without getting too personal, has he gotten the Holy Grail since the show?
Well, you just have to watch and tune in. But he's a great guy. I can't speak. Medina is so great. He's really a sweetheart. And he's so respectable, and he's everything that I usually don't choose in a man. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. He's a vegan. He's just really a good guy. And so I was fearful because I'd never really dated a really good guy.
Sure,
just a guy like this, a guy that is very, straight and not, just really perfect, And so that was very, very unnerving to me, because I seem to sort of choose the same sort of type of guys in a way. And, you get into the habit of like, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting to an age where I want someone that is really a good family guy, and that's really supportive and just a really good guy.
Good.